Now you can hear me. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome to episode 2 of Prison Reform. Episode 2 of PQT News. So I hope everybody enjoyed last night. I am still waiting on my special guest to email me back. We've been talking all day. So I'm going to go ahead and send him a link. I tweaked the scene a little, as you guys can tell, so it's not as busy. I know Makeup Mobster's going live after I'm done. Thank you, Brownie97. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm doing. Just let me open up StreamYards. Episode 1 was yesterday. I'm gonna say hi to everyone in a minute. Give me a second. You know what I have to do, though? I have to learn to be more on time. That's my problem. I'm not on time. I'm always late. All right, so I just sent him the link. And how you guys doing tonight? Welcome. So you guys like the tweak screen better? And then once I figure out how to do what I want to do, I'm going to have names underneath and everything. I'm going to know how to deal with cat and human spew. So what's up, everyone? Hey, Kim. Hey, Max. Hey, Jess. Let me get this. Okay. And thank you, Sandy. So first, a word from my sponsor. A sponsor from Build Life. And now you guys will be able to see it, because I have my green screen on. So it's Build Life. And I have Crystal Light in here, but you're supposed to drink just water. And it gives you goals to do every day. So if like you have to drink a gallon. So that is my sponsor for this channel, is Build Life. And you can pick up this water bottle on Amazon for $16.99. And yes, I'm still waiting on the affiliate link. So y'all better get one. But yes, so it's Build Life. That is who sponsored us today. And of course, all my Patreons who are amazing. And all my members. It is a lot of water, I know, right? And I forgot who it was, so don't hate me. But I want to thank the person who gave me the idea this afternoon to do like the Muppets commercial with merch and candles. Brilliant idea. I forgot who told me that, but it was absolutely brilliant. And I want to thank you for that. And what else? And I'm going to try texting him. This is why, though, I don't want to do live interviews. Because you just never know. So I know that I got really good feedback about Glenn last night. Glenn is awesome. And he could talk about forensics forever. If I didn't have to pick up Phoenix, he literally probably would have gone all night. We'll be like, oh, the interview will be an hour. 4 hours later, we're still talking about it. He's just such an interesting guy to talk to. Come on, now my phone's not working. It was you? Oh. You just need to learn how to handle live. You can cut it off if it gets bad. No. Saying that, the reason why I don't want to do... Oh, I do great interviews. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I actually do. But I'm saying that in case they're late, they don't show up, there's no editing, you're live. So that's all. That's what I mean. I know, Kim. I got to make them. It's good at I'll explain it later. What's up, Just Beck? We'll come remember our near payday. Thank you, Just Beck. And I'm going to text him in a minute. Hold on. He is like, you're going to Phoenix. I know. He's a good dude. He really is. He's a really good guy. I think we have like really bad weather at the moment. I think. See, everyone's saying, like, YouTube is glitchy for them and stuff. I keep saying that. All right. So speaking of merch, just want you guys to know that I learned today that I can make for iPhones 11s. I can do iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro Max. I could do all the above. So if anybody has a brand new iPhone, Samsung, same thing. I could do 10 Plus, S20. I could do all of them. And I can personalize and customize it. Hey, Christine. All right. So to buy time, last night and today lives are glitchy. That's what I heard. Hey, Christy. All right, so I'm going to give him a couple minutes before I kind of move on to a topic. He hasn't answered yet. Alright. It's glitching bad for me plus my... Yeah, everyone keeps saying that. The chat's freezing. How do I order a water bottle? No affiliate link. You just go to Amazon. And you go to Build Life. And it comes with a straw and everything. Is it on a phone or on a computer? Because I don't really have problems on my phone. I mean, on my computer. It's a little blurry, but that's about it. If you want, you can interview me about prison stories, gay for the state, or lock in a sock. And you always go with your race no matter what. Best cigarette ash to use for tattoos. Alrighty. I could talk about my 30 days in jail. Now, I'll be really disappointed if I don't hear from him, because that would be twice. Thank you, just a sub. I used to be all dressed up every time I went live, and then I got lazy. Then I got into drama, and I got lazy. Thank you, John. Because I always felt like if true crime should be live. You know, if you want to talk about drama and hide like behind the scene, that's one thing. But you want to go live. You know what I mean? And I've always believed that. And also, I'm competing with like 25-year-olds that are like right out of Playboy that are now doing true crime. So, gotta look good. If you're on your phones, back it up a couple of minutes. Thank you, Christine. I'm going to be really, really mad if this guy dicks me. Really mad. So we shall see. But there's always plan B. Hummingbird, how you doing? I've been meaning to reach out to you, girl. I had to go school shopping for Dayton today. And I went into Walmart. They look at you like you're crazy that you're going school shopping. Alright, looks like we might have to go to plan B. Laura was don't look 50. I'm not 50 yet. I'm close, but I'm not 50 yet. Don't rush me to 50. I still got 3.5 months. 3.5 months till I'm 50. And by the way, if nobody comes up, check this out. No. Nah, that's not gonna work. Man, I forgot this. I hate StreamYards. I forgot it won't be full screen. Oh well. But this way it doesn't get confusing like I did last night. Alright. Plan B. This is it. All right. So I'm going to give us like 5 more minutes. While I am waiting, should we take a commercial break for the Muppets? So while I'm waiting though, a lot of people were asking me recently, is there, actually if there's no guest I can smoke, because if there's a guest I don't smoke, and I was dying last night. But since there's no guest, I could smoke because it doesn't matter. Studio 6 you could smoke. Studio 8 you can't. So I'm in Studio 6 now so I could smoke. So a lot of people have been asking me for another Chris Watts case. Like I'm supposed to go murder somebody. But they want the juice of Chris Watts. They want the juice of guy kills his whole entire family and doesn't know why. And why certain things, it's kind of like music. Why certain music takes off and some doesn't, who knows? Why certain bands, hey Denise, why certain bands take off and some don't? Who knows? So why Chris Watts took off and someone else that was murdered doesn't? Well, I'm going to explain why. One, because Shanann was out there. But there's other cases like that too. But I found one recently where it kind of makes Chris Watts not look as bad. It happened in Ohio. And Not Lori Vallow. See, I never got into Lori Vallow. I don't know why. I just didn't. There was a guy on August 1st of 2020 in Ohio. Anyone familiar with this? John Nelson? Hey, Allie's nurse. Let me know if anyone knows this case. All right. So he was 44 years old. He shot and killed his wife, 3 kids, turned the gun on himself, died by suicide, but he went a step further than Chris Watts. This actually wasn't the one I was looking for. He went a step further than Chris Watts. He killed a fucking dog. Why would you kill the dog? So not only did he kill his entire family, he killed the dog too. At least Chris Watts spared the dog. Give him a little credit that he spared the dog. Yeah. But that wasn't the one I'm looking for. The guy's in jail. And the guy killed his entire family. It's not this one. That has got to be the most interesting case I've filed in a long time. There's so many working parts. What, John Nelson? But there's one that I found the other day that really had me intrigued. But he's still alive. He didn't kill himself. Here it is. Yeah, this is it. Celebration, Florida. No.
Deputies say Anthony Tote killed his entire family sometime back in December, but was just arrested on Monday. News 6's Amanda Castro.
Yeah.
Joins us now live from the Osceola
How's
County
that
Jail.
for professional?
Do deputies have a motive in this case yet, Amanda?
Take it away, guys.
Well, Justin, they haven't released any kind of motive, but we do know that Anthony Tote was being investigated by federal agents. We just found out within the past hour that he was facing healthcare fraud charges, and they were serving an arrest warrant at that home in Celebration on Monday when deputies found the victims' bodies inside the house. The sheriff calling this an evil and horrendous act. Any explanation as to what happened, Anthony?
Anthony Tote had nothing to say to our camera as deputies took him to the Osceola County Jail. But Sheriff Russ Gibson says he's talking to detectives, confessing to killing his wife, their 3 children, and their dog inside this Celebration home.
According to our investigation, according to his statements, it was sometimes towards the end of December that he...
So this is what I've gathered from the case to date in the research that I've done on it. It's actually pretty interesting. He was a good guy. He was a physical therapist. His wife was a physical therapist. They were both physical therapists. They had kids. They had a dog. They're from Connecticut. They moved to Florida. They seemingly had a good life. And he was in all sorts of debt. He did not want to deal with the debt. Hey, Golden. Yeah, he sat in the house for weeks with the dead body. He just didn't want to pay his debt. And I guess the only way that he felt he could get out was to kill his kids. To kill his whole family. And another one who killed a fucking dog. But at least he's too much of a pussy to kill himself. Is she covering this case? I just found it the other day.
He said that he had killed his family.
Photos of the family were widely circulated online as concern for their safety grew. The sheriff says the first time they were called out to the home was on December 29th, when a family member asked deputies to do a well-being check. Gibson says they didn't make contact with anyone, but it wasn't uncommon for them to be out of town.
The blinds were closed.
No, I didn't, Melanie.
Suspicious noted. They checked with some neighbors. They didn't get anything suspicious from them.
To be honest with you, I don't know much about it. I read it very quickly. I just got the juice of it, but I haven't even delved into it. I haven't even looked into it other than an initial, wow, this looks pretty interesting. And the poor dog. but I haven't heard anything. I haven't watched anything on it. I haven't seen anything. This is like the real first news report I'm reading on it, because one of my Patreons wanted me to find another case like this. And I was like, okay. So I started researching it, and I came across this, but I haven't watched anything on it. I haven't read anything. I have no idea what's going on.
Then on January 9th, federal agents with the Department of Health and Human Services asked for the sheriff's office help to serve an arrest warrant for Anthony Tote, accused of healthcare fraud. They tried finding him over the weekend, finally taking him into custody on Monday. And that's when deputies found the victims. The sheriff says they were likely dead when deputies stopped by the home last month. He wouldn't say how they were killed or share a possible motive, but he's calling this a tragedy.
This is despicable and cannot be tolerated anywhere in the United States of America.
Now, we're still working to get information.
Yes,
about
Melanie,
the
I did
federal
read that.
healthcare fraud charges that Anthony Tote is facing. As for the homicides, we're told that he is charged with 4 counts of premeditated murder and 1 count of cruelty to animals. Anthony Tote is locked up here at the Osceola County Jail tonight, and he's expected to face a judge tomorrow. Reporting live at the Osceola County Jail, Amanda Castro, getting results, News 6.
Deputies say Anthony Tote killed his entire family.
Okay, so let me say something that a lot of people may not realize, and I said this with, this is not a drama channel, so carry on. Oh, shit. Can you grab that? I can't do it because I'm not even under my account. I'm under Live Purplexed. And what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, no, she is right, because I remember hearing that the father had all sorts of trouble, and the father was convicted of trying to kill the mom. Like, he came from a pretty fucked up life, and it was all over debt. Like, him and his wife, they seemingly had a good relationship. She was very happy with him. He was happy with her. He got into all this gambling debt. And like I said, I will look more further into it. I haven't. Amelia, everybody asks me that. We have no idea. Nothing. I'm assuming they didn't try him as an adult because nobody's heard anything. Every once in a while, if on that video, I still get some of his friends that come on that say, he was a really good guy. He was a nice guy. This should have never happened. And I asked them, has anything happened? A woman that I interviewed from that case who worked with the wife, the one that was murdered, she asked me if I heard anything. I said, I haven't heard anything, so nobody knows what's going on. Boss Lady, it's because it's a different channel. It's totally different memberships. But I did add a lower membership on here for everyone that was mad that it was only 10. So I did add a lower one. After 20 plus years, yeah. I don't think we have any mods in here. Yeah, we got Red Dragon. Do you have membership here? Yeah, I do. There's membership here. All right. Who is not normally a mod? No. Shit, I can't do mods. Hold on. I gotta switch my account. Bear with me. Alright. What? So, thank you, Amelia. Thank you, Val. Now, I'm not even pulling 100 people in here, so I'm not too worried about it. When it gets bigger, then I will. So the whole story behind it, I honestly didn't know that Mommy Ramblings was covering it because I haven't looked anywhere. But the kids were, he was 40, his wife was 42. His kids were 11, 13, and 4. And then he killed the dog. I've said this before. I don't know how anybody kills the dog. Why kill the dog? Like, I don't get that. What would possess you to kill a dog? I guess you got nothing to lose at that point. You could just keep going on and on and on. I don't know what happened to this guy. I don't like people that do that. Can Ahmad drop the membership link? Yes. Hold on. Let me change my title since it's like 40 minutes later. Mods, can you drop the membership link? Please. All right. Welcome, Kim. She isn't covering it closely. Oh, I will. I mean, then again, it all depends how much is actually there. I mean, if there's not a lot there, welcome, guys. If there's not a lot there, there's not a lot to cover. But I found the case really interesting. I found it the other day. I was like, you know what? This is really cool. And like, not really cool, like it's a good thing, but really cool, like finally there's a case to sink your teeth into, possibly. Something just caught my eye, sorry. Man charged after he sexually assaulted and battered a 13-year-old girl that he met on Snapchat. Not good. All right, so anyway, I don't want to jump too far ahead. Let's go one case at a time. It's on Crime Inc. Is it? Like I said, I have not looked into it, so I don't know much. But what I do know is what I explained. They came from Connecticut. That state of Connecticut and Florida were going after him for, problems with robbing people, robbing Medicaid. He would tell them, he would charge insurance companies when they didn't do anything. He would charge insurance companies that for thousands upon thousands of dollars, and then the insurance companies or Medicaid would contact the people, and they said, look, we never did anything. That never happened. We didn't get those surgeries. So it all caught up with him, and that's how he got busted. There's Medicaid fraud, attempted murder on his mother, and then the murder of his wife and kids and dog. Exactly. Who kills the dog?
We first told you about the death investigation yesterday on News 6 at noon. Since then, we've been asking what happened at a home on Reserve Place, which is in the North Village neighborhood just off Celebration Avenue. News 6's Lauren Cervantes joins us live from near the home. And Lauren, you spoke with a neighbor today. What did they tell you?
I did speak with a neighbor. In fact, she lives right next door to the home.
Right
Investigators,
next door.
as you can see, are letting us much closer to the home today. You can see much of the yellow tape has been removed, except for the tape immediately around the home. Now, today we're going to find out the identities of those involved and more information on what happened inside that home.
I had trouble sleeping last night because it's right next door. It's right, and it's just, it's horrible. You don't see this in real life. You think it's just in the movies.
Detectives with the Osceola County Sheriff's Office told us they removed 4 bodies from the home last night. Deputies say the suspect is in custody but have not released a name. News 6 spoke with Michelle Augustine, who lives right next door to the home, and says she didn't hear anything out of the ordinary.
Nothing. We were thinking it was gunshot, you'd hear it pop.
Neighbors told us a family lived at that home, but deputies haven't told us if they are connected.
Fun neighbors. So you would hear them swing in the swimming pool until midnight, and we're night owls, so like, oh, we can go out as well. They would swim in the pool midnight, 1 a.m. The whole family would be swimming.
Investigators say they were asked to check on the family during the weekend, and the Osceola County Sheriff's Office says deputies made several attempts to make contact, but didn't get to talk to anyone until yesterday. And neighbors say they want answers as to what happened in their community.
I don't know what happened. I want answers, but I don't know if we'll ever get the answers.
A number of neighbors told us that they are looking for answers today, and we are working to get those. We have not heard yet from the Sheriff's Office on the identities. They do tell us that they are not searching for anyone else involved in this case. In Osceola County, I'm Lauren Cervantes, Getting Results News 6.
Thank you, Lauren, for that update. Let's all thank Lauren for that update. And back to the studio. Now, just so you know, Celebration is literally where Disney is. So you're talking, it's like so close to where Disney is. Yeah, they were living at Disney in a fancy neighborhood. It's probably 10 minutes, not even 5 minutes. Why, thank you, Jennifer. Welcome, Christine. I was looking for Lauren in chat. No, Lauren's our newscaster on Channel 6. I don't know what happened to... What's his name? I really don't. Brian. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's in the name. Don't ever trust a man named Brian. No, I mean, we talked all day. We talked all morning. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he got called into work. I don't know. He hasn't answered. I'm going to find the exact website for the sentence I took. Oh, please do. So, okay, on January 9th, this is how it all came down. No, not Poopy Pants, Brian. But I'm saying, like, this is the second time this guy told me he was going to be here and didn't. So, I don't know. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, last night everyone said I was too far away and it was all wacky. So that's why I did it this way. And you like your old self. Why, thank you, Val. On January 9th, Sheriff's Office was contacted by federal agents who requested help in serving an arrest warrant related to health care fraud. Attempts were made over the weekend to contact Anthony, take him into custody for the healthcare fraud, and nobody was able to contact him. So after he was secured, deputies said they conducted a safety check around the home, and that's when they found all the bodies. You would think he would have told him previously, but no, he didn't. He didn't know why Anthony alleged killed his family, although the suspect is cooperating with the investigation. Deaths have been ruled a homicide. I couldn't even imagine. Hey, Janelle, I couldn't even imagine what would possess you to just kill your entire family. I don't know. Thank you, Kim. Should I do makeup tonight? No. And this is the man that shot and killed his dog. We're live on scene as they were taking him away.
Anthony, anything to say about the murders? Anything you want to say to your family?
Any remorse?
Oh, I didn't know that, Peekaboo.
As to what happened, Anthony? You have anything to say why you committed this horrible crime? Your life is this. Do you have any remorse?
How you feel, Tony? What do you care your family?
Would you have to say to their family?
No, Val.
Say something.
Anything you want to say?
Give me the answers, Tony.
This is your last chance.
Tony, do you love your family? Are you proud of yourself?
Are you sad?
Dude, don't put your camera and phone up there. Jeez, Tony, the community needs answers.
How long were they there?
Hey, Don.
Young kids. How long were they in the house with you?
Why? It's your last chance.
And that was live footage on the scene. Back to Studio 6. So yeah, so that's kind of what I know about the case. It's not a lot. Now, you guys are saying there's a letter that he, thank you, darling beauty, that he tried to kill, that he's blaming his wife. I mean, here's the thing that people don't realize. I've said this for a long time about serial murders, like murders. He was a complete fraud, yeah, and did nothing but scams. But here's the part that most people don't realize. Is that, yeah, you can have a killing. You could decide that you're going to murder your whole family. You don't want them to be embarrassed, so you decide to kill them. You know you're going to jail, so you're already in too deep, and you decide this is the right thing to do. Just wipe out my whole family. Okay. But so many killers don't think after the fact. They don't sit there and say, now what do I do? Okay, now that I killed them, how am I getting rid of the bodies? What am I doing with the bodies? What am I telling people that I did with the bodies? And now what? So they leave them in the house. They don't know what to do. And then it all hits them. Now I have 4 dead bodies and a dead dog. How am I going to explain it? And they kind of get screwed. They don't know what to do. That happens all the time. And I've seen that happen all the time. He watched his father kill his mom when he was a child. Changed my name to match my Twitter, and now I'm not a member. Did that change? If you were a member, were you ever a member on this channel or just on the other channel? Yeah, he sat with them in a house for a couple of weeks. Okay. He was arrested on January 13th, by the way. All right, so the autopsy results show that he had killed all 4 of them. He drugged them and then stabbed them to death in their beds. It was sometime around New Year's Day that he dodged calls from Megan's concerned family and repeated visits from the police on the days that followed. Reports show the police made no less than 5 visits to the home, which is in Celebration, a gated community developed by Disney in the 1990s. On the first visit, Todd was served with an eviction notice for unpaid rent on the home, but later visits were reportedly made after family grew worried when they hadn't seen or heard from Megan or the kids since Christmas. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that people forget. So the more I read, and like I said, this is all as new to me as it is I'm saying it. But, okay, so he was getting an eviction notice. He knew he hadn't paid rent. He knew his family was going to be on the streets. I bet in that split second that he really thought killing them was the right thing to do. Save them embarrassment, save them growing up without a dad. Kind of like the same way, and I'm not saying this guy is crazy. He's not crazy. But, because he was a fraud, he was a scammer. But if you put him in the same mind of Susan Yates, she was in that same mind, that my life would be better off if my children were dead. I don't want them facing the world. I don't want them having to deal with the world. They'll be better off dead. If you plan on killing your entire family and the dog, you probably have that same mentality. That same mentality of, they're going to be embarrassed. They're not going to have a life. They're going to be not the best. So it's very possible that that's where his head was at. Possible. Hey, Amy. Hey, Kim. Because in the months leading up to the murders, he became embroiled in healthcare fraud scheme and was heavily consumed by personal debt. Investigators believe this could be a motive, causing him snap and kill. And like I said, if you're going to kill the damn dog, the dog's not going to be embarrassed. So why'd you kill the fucking dog? I don't get that. So in the letter, this is what you guys talk about. In the letter, Todd shifted the blame onto his wife, insisting that it was her, not him, who was spiraling. So he portrays himself as a doting, maybe flawed husband, Megan as sick and in need of constant care, having for years suffered from a wide variety of illnesses, including Lyme disease and depression. He claimed that Megan's chronic conditions are what ultimately caused the family's move from their home in Connecticut, where he ran a successful physical therapy practice. 44-year-old reportedly traveled back and forth between states regularly, which is not out of the norm. Working in Connecticut during the week and returning to his family in Florida on the weekends. He's claiming, because he's so wonderful, he's claiming that he was determined to get her better and he was going to move down to Florida and all the bad days were going to disappear because now you're in sunny Florida and you got palm trees and, the weather's always pretty and you have Mickey Mouse running around and it's very happy. And if you've never been to Disney, even the whole area surrounding Disney, when you even get to Orlando, it becomes happy. It's beautiful as far as the decor goes. I mean, it's dangerous. It's not the safest place to be, but it happens to be very, very pretty. So he described the day of the murders as an otherwise phenomenal day at their home. He said Megan had woken pain-free for the first time, and that he'd gone over to a nearby condo the family owned to do maintenance when he suddenly realized he'd forgotten his tools. So maybe she woke up pain-free because she's fucking dead. That's why she's pain-free, because you killed her. After stopping back at the house to pick them up, Todd claimed to have gotten delayed when he saw his sons playing basketball and decided to join them until it grew dark. They said Mom was preparing dessert and I was going to join them. Todd told his father in the letter. I said no, as I was trying to lose some weight. That dessert would later become an integral part of the story, whether or not it was actually made by Megan or Todd, as Todd had claimed. So, that night, after heading over to the condo, he said he decided to take a small siesta in his car. Instead, he slept through until the morning. The small detail is no doubt baffling to investigators who might wonder why the father would decide to take a late-night nap in his car. The next morning, Todd said he woke up in a panic, realized he had missed his early therapy session with his wife. When he arrived home, the 44-year-old claimed to have noticed a pie left out on the kitchen counter, which looked very good but smelled horrible. Turns out it was a Benadryl pudding pie, Todd wrote. Now, how would he know what was in it unless he did it? Just saying. If he wrote that, how would he know that? Todd claimed to have found his wife at the top of the stairs leading to the bedroom, where she immediately confessed to killing their children. Todd said he found the children dead in their beds with no apparent signs of struggle. Now, also, when a parent kills a child, this is well known, when a parent kills a child, they really don't suffer. If they're going to kill in their sleep, they do it when they're sleeping and the kids don't realize what's happening. And that's been proven on mothers that kill. That's where I learned that statistic. Todd said that he found the children found dead in their beds with no apparent signs of struggle. And in yet another peculiar move, he told his father that he wiped each of their faces clean with a washcloth and worked to make them look comfortable. Nobody does that. You call fucking 911. Never does he mention trying to revive them or check their pulse. He doesn't even rush to call 911. In fact, he later says he couldn't find the phones. Moments later, Todd claimed that his wife asked him whether he was okay. No, he replied, "You murdered our children." "I released their souls," she countered, before allegedly stabbing herself in the stomach and chugging a bottle of Benadryl. All the while, Todd claimed she begged her husband not to save her, but instead let her die. "I have to be with my babies," he said she told him. Todd also stated that he performed CPR on his wife until he was physically unable to continue. Instead of calling authorities, Todd told his father that he gathered their bodies into one bedroom. He wrapped them in blankets to keep them comfortable and warm and placed rosaries in their hands. It's unclear whether the family dog was killed or where it was found in the home. Then Todd proceeded to live his life for the next several weeks, avoiding visits from authorities and calls from concerned family members. In his letter, he claimed that the days that followed was a blaze hurt, in which he attempted several suicide. However, none of the attempts was successful. It's really too bad you didn't try harder there, Anthony. The law finally caught up with him on January 13th. He was formally indicted in January, and since then, details from his past have painted a disturbing picture. Wow. Trash hasn't been taken out, Laura, and the Benadryl box and wrappers were in the trash can. Todd was initially tried of 4 counts, second-degree murder with the possibility of life in prison. That's why he killed his family. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking before. But in February, each of those charges were up to first-degree murder. Prosecutors are pushing for the death penalty if he's convicted. Additionally, Todd faces 1 charge of animal cruelty for killing the dog. Todd's family told the Hartford, which is in Connecticut, this isn't the first time a close family member has been connected to murder. In fact, Todd's father was convicted of an attempt to murder his mother in 1980. At the time, Todd was just 4 years old and is said to have witnessed the incident, which left a deep mark on him. Okay. Lots and lots and lots of people have seen horrible things in their life. They've seen murders, they've seen car accidents, they've seen a lot of things. At no point does that mean you go ahead and kill your family. If my dad is a drug addict, that doesn't mean that I have to be a drug addict. Just because he is. If my dad's a thief, doesn't mean I got to be a thief. So I'm not buying the whole excuse thing. Well, his dad did it and that's his dad, so therefore he's going to do it. No. Not buying it. Whether or not his past trauma coupled with the fact federal agents closing in on him, blah, blah, blah. Being a 4-year-old and seeing his dad being taken away, I don't think he wanted the same childhood for his friends. That's true. That's another big one. That's a good one. That he killed his kids because he watched his dad being taken away in handcuffs. He did not want his kids to watch him get taken away in handcuffs. It's repeating the cycle. If he kills them, he doesn't have to see it. Now, I never spoke to the guy. I'm going to write him a letter, though. I am. I'm going to write him. Because the more pieces that I read and the more that comes together, I don't think he's a psychopath. I think he's traumatized. I think he's a scammer and a fraud. But scammers and fraud will usually write back. Because they want somebody to hear their story. But it does make sense in that heat of a moment. But I would have to get inside his head and learn more of the backstory to find out how long was he planning it. Was he planning this for a while? Was he not planning this for a while? We'll see what happens. You know what I mean, Brownie? Why, thank you, Martha. He says that I offer you forgiveness for not being there to protect us that night, March 19th, 1980, Todd told his dad in the letter. Although we were both not there, our respective nights in question for different reasons, I cannot forgive myself if I don't first forgive you. I don't think you should forgive him. Todd remains in custody at Osceola County. In his letter, he insisted he is 10,000% innocent of all the preposterous charges and blamed the media for publishing inaccuracies about the case. 44-year-old was originally set to go on trial this summer, though it's unclear whether the current health crisis will affect a trial date. Wow. Wow. Yeah, total scammer and fraud. But that doesn't make him a psychopath. You know, I just don't, I'm not saying psychopath. At least there's too many motives that it could be. We had a family murder down the street from us, 5 dead. Oh, no shit, Mary? All right, news reporters don't curse. Can't curse. No more cursing. Hey, Goldie. Pins blame for Medicaid fraud and family? That was from Mommy Ramblings. Yeah, she covered this back in July. I just found it. Trying to see if there's anything new. I'm gonna write the dude. Alright. So their bodies were found wrapped in blankets on a second-floor bedroom in their large family room in a quiet neighborhood days after family members in Connecticut called police requesting welfare checks on Megan and the children. The letter was released by Aramis Alea, state attorney for the 9th Judicial Circuit Court. And in the letter, it took a minivan. He said he couldn't alert the neighbors because that would necessitate leaving Megan alone. But if he did seek help from the neighbors, they would never home do or work or snowbirding. When he returned to her, she was pounding a family-sized Benadryl. He pleaded again with her to find help, and she said, I have to be with my babies. This is a really, really long letter, which I will save for episode 3. When asked if his son indicated why his wife may have killed herself and the children, he said his son had said Megan had some issues. He said she'd had enough. He's scheduled to begin trial December 16th. So he said his son, Robert said his son said that when he goes to court, he plans to stand up and tell the whole truth. Yeah, I doubt it. This is Todd Duve. Yes, Dawn Marie. My prison guy didn't show up. So we had to go to plan B. Hold on. All right. They most recently spoke on July 20th after Robert Tote called the jail, worried about his son. Said he'd been scared every day that his son will contract COVID-19 as cases skyrocket in Florida. He just killed your grandkids and your daughter-in-law, and you're worried about him getting COVID. Okay. All right. So based on what we know, let me give you some personal insight, some personal feelings. I really think that he just didn't think this through. I'm stuck in, he acted on emotion. I could end up eating these words. He acted on emotion. He just didn't know what to do after he murdered his whole family. That's what I'm leaning towards. That he just didn't know. He blamed Megan for the healthcare fraud in the letter, saying that after he reviewed the case, he found the time frame was when Megan took over the billing. It's very easy to blame a dead person. In December, after Todd learned of the fraud investigation, he said he stayed in Florida in order to watch Megan because of red flags. He alleged Megan ran to the family's finances, although he knew about credit and card debt, which he thought was going to be paid from January to June. He mentioned 2 business loans that were to be paid off in the beginning of January and March, as well as the mortgage for the condo at Wells Fargo, the house rental we were evicted from for not paying December and January, and other financial obligations. He said Megan had assured him everything would be paid off. Todd concluded the letter by floating the idea of a nonprofit organization in memory of the family named after first initials of the deceased, Mott's B 2019, Alive and at Peace, which would be dedicated to providing resources and services to the chronically ill. This guy's fucking out of his mind. He extended an olive branch to his father, though he wasn't sure the type of relationship he wants with him. Todd offered his father forgiveness for not being at home to protect his family when he shot his mom in the face. Hold on. When Todd's mother was shot in the face by an intruder. 4 months later, on July 25th, Robert Todd was arrested and charged with trying to kill his wife in a murder-for-hire plot. Despite serving a prison sentence, Robert Todd maintains his innocence in this matter. That's another aspect to look into. Did Mommy Ramblings, anybody else look into that? Is the guy innocent or guilty? Like, I know he did time, but you're talking about a man who attempted to kill his wife years ago, referring to his dad. Yes. Referring to his dad worrying about COVID. Correct. I have random stuff, but mostly tutorials. Nobody gets away with murder. Robert Todd said Monday that he and his son had spoken on the phone 3 times since he received the letter on June 29th. He's been writing letters to Tony every few days since his arrest, he said. This is the first time he received a letter in return. They most recently spoke on the 20th. Long story short, she gave them the Benadryl. All right, so this is how he claims it happened. She gave him the Benadryl, Tylenol, PM pie, separated them, woke up at 11:30, stabbed and then suffocated each one. Todd wrote, at the news of this, I ran to the bathroom and puked. Okay, here's the problem with this whole story. The problem is, if he was out of the house, how the fuck did he know how it happened? And if he was home when it happened, then why didn't you stop it from happening? So there's nothing in his story that's legit. Nothing. Because he claimed he wasn't home. She was pretty much dead by the time he got home. How did he know how everything happened? I mean, this guy is not very bright. Because you just can't be that bright. It's impossible. Or eat the pie and join them. He doesn't make any sense. He shouldn't have gave a story. He should have just said, I don't... Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He gave like so many details of the story. You can't know what happened if... You just can't know what happened if you weren't there. And if everybody, the kids and everybody were dead by the time he got home. It doesn't make sense. Well, that's the other thing, too. Oh, you can definitely talk too much. Here's the other thing, too. You can't possibly do anything in jail other than think. When you sit there and you're in a holding cell, all you have to do is think. You can watch TV, but you get in your own head. It's the worst thing in the world, but you do. You get in your own head. And you think about all these things. And all these things, he just sat there and thought about himself. How's he going to get out of this? And that's another thing. People think, all right, I'm going to jail. He was much better off going to federal prison, which is what he would have gone to on the Medicaid fraud. That would have been a federal prison, which would have been smooth sailing. But now he's in state prison, and state prison is no country club. Now, he's still in county. He's still in a holding. You don't go to real prison until you're already sentenced. So he's still in that county jail where you get 3 meals a day that are disgusting. It's not pretty. It's not. I mean, it's not hard, but it's not pretty. You don't get the luxuries that you get in real prison. And he said that Megan asked him to stay away from her, which I don't believe. I don't believe any of that story. But this guy's dumber than CW. To be honest with you, he really is. He's dumber than CW. Because at least Chris had that immediately. Like, he thought of that immediately. This guy, he's a moron. Even if he did seek help from the neighbors, they were never home due to... Oh, that's what he meant by snowbird. Does anyone not know what a snowbird is? In case I use the term more than once. So a snowbird is someone that goes down to Florida. Hey, YouTube Observer. A snowbird is someone that goes down to Florida for the winter months and goes back to the East Coast the East Coast or the Midwest in the summer months. Snowbird usually goes to Florida like November to like March. His ego got in the way of his stupidity. Oh, hell yeah. It's a great success story and doing well, but I didn't kill him. Just leave Pete's sake. I agree with that. But he just knows too much. It's too early to say this guy a narcissist, or I have no idea. But it's just crazy. So that's a case we're going to be working on for what I can get out of it. I don't know how much info is out there, but I'm also going to look into, hey, Andrews, I'm also going to look into the father's case and see, 1980 though, 1980, if you were convicted, you were probably guilty. But I don't know if they ever rerun anything. Murder for hire is hard. It really is. Because, I'll use my own personal case. If Brad was murdered by an intruder and his wife wanted to get out of it and said that it was a murder for hire and I was involved, how am I not doing it? How am I fighting it? A lot of times you can't. And back then, technology wasn't what it is today. So it's possible his dad's innocent. I doubt it, but it's possible. Hi, Hybrid. Thank you. My guy didn't show up. So we started on a new case. Oh my God, they give you a question and they don't give you an answer. How do new words get in the dictionary? They don't give you the answer. Thank you, Just Beck. So I'm looking at Connecticut highlights. Nothing. She did a case where the girl tried to hire a guy to kill her husband while she was at the gym. Oh, you talking about the one in Boynton? Yeah, I used to live in Boynton. I forgot her name, but it was kind of stupid. Yeah, Dahlia DePaulio, whatever. Ow. $1984, rape and murder of 14-year-old Wendy Jerome back in 1984. Suspect was just arrested due to DNA. Yeah, DNA leads to an arrest in a teen killing 35 years ago. Stokes twins lawyers say YouTube stars are not guilty of any crimes. 2 former Illinois child welfare employees arrested. California cop charged with stealing from dead man's home, caught on camera. Escaped prisoner found hiding under a sheet in a stranger's New York City apartment. Wisconsin mom who loved her boys fatally shot while celebrating 27th birthday. $13 dead, 400 injured in Colombia protests. Doing some highlights. Ooh. 2 federal corrections officers, pretty good. 2 federal corrections officers whose apparent laziness made Jeffrey Epstein's death behind bars possible last summer have had their trial pushed back to next summer. Indicted last November, Tova Noel and Michael Thomas were charged with 3 counts of falsifying records. Each guard was also charged with 1 count of conspiracy. Originally slated for January 4th, 2021, which is my 50th birthday. Their trial is now scheduled to begin on June 14th, 2021, which is coincidentally President Donald Trump's 75th birthday. Both Noel and Thomas turned down a plea bargain last November, which essentially guaranteeing they would be prosecuted over the prisoner's death, which was widely criticized. Noel officially employed as a guard. Materials handler. Yeah, so their trial got pushed back. The newer abuse case of those 2 little girls, awful. Both little red-headed girls. The things caught on tape are just awfully gross. Hey, Andrews, what case are you talking about? They heard. Yeah, I haven't heard that. Do you have a name? Do you have a name? Back in Studio 6. More than 800 nurses at the University of Illinois Hospital in Chicago went on strike starting Saturday morning after contract negotiations broke down over nurse-to-patient ratios. This is brand new, put out 35 minutes ago. 1,400 nurses were originally set to walk off the job, but a judge granted a temporary restraining order Friday preventing select critical care nurses from striking. Hospital announced staffing interruption Saturday as it informed patients how the 7-day strike could affect their appointments. The Nurses Association, which represents the hundreds of UIH nurses working on the front lines of the corona pandemic, is asking the hospital to limit how many patients a single nurse is treating at one time. Hospital, however, has argued that a set nurse-to-patient ratio does not work. Jay and Leah, all right, well, daycare operator, that's crazy. Chicago in trouble. Look, let's be straight. The last thing that anybody wants right now is no doctors or nurses at a hospital. Just give the doctors and nurses what they want. I don't know. What's the backstory? Are they in a custody fight? Are they... Is McElroy their last name?
But guess what? That's what he said?
But guess what?
Who said that?
Look where she is. Still in the house. Still in the house. No lock on my fucking door. Stupid fuck.
What did he say to her? See what I said? What did he say? What did he say about Leah? What did he say? No, fuck, he didn't, you liar. Is that what he said? You didn't even hear everything, and this is why I told you shouldn't have been no.
She fucking.
Wow.
She fucking.
Trigger warning.
Put a knife to his fucking throat, but guess what?
That's what he said?
But guess what?
Who said that?
Look where she is. Still in the house. Still in the house. No lock on my fucking door. Stupid fuck.
What did he say to her? See what I said? What did he say? What did he say about Leah? What did he say?
Trigger warning.
No, fuck, he didn't, you liar. Is that what he said? You didn't even hear everything, and this is why I told you shouldn't have been nosy looking over me about this shit. This is why I told your dumb ass. This is why I told you.
Oh, so you lied?
He didn't even say that. You're a fucking liar. You heard all that?
How's that?
She fucking put a knife to his fucking throat, but guess what?
That's what he said?
But guess what?
Who said?
So I don't know the rest of the story, though. That's all I know. That's all I can find besides a GoFundMe. There's no actual story. But I'm not finding a story. That's the only thing I'm finding. So if someone could tell me where to find more of the story. Wow. But there's 2 GoFundMes. I don't know why they have 2 GoFundMes. And why isn't this guy arrested? I know many of you have seen a post that went viral with my nieces. I'm not seeing that. Was there more than the video? I agree, Mel. So there must have been a video. Why can't you play the video? Social media video of child sleeping outside with no clothes leads to Orange County arrest.
A social media influence from those online in this case. Thanks to your willingness to look out for the welfare of a child, our deputies responded, investigated, and 2 arrests were made. 30-year-old Kimberly Hunt was silent as she left the Orange County Jail on bond, accused of child neglect and failure to report child abuse. The report references a video posted to social media of a child sleeping outside of the residence with no clothing on. West 2 obtained the video, but has chosen not to show it. 32-year-old Justin Nikolai has also bonded out after his arrest for child abuse. The reports...
It's buffing. People are crazy. Both arrested. They both got bail. His arrest report references a video to social media. Nobody's got that video though. I think that video has been removed. The report says when detectives met with Nikolai, he said he and his wife have been threatened in response to the video of the child sleeping outside. The report also indicates there's a second Facebook video. Oh, it's on Facebook, where the report claims Nikolai is seen slapping a skinny white female juvenile. The report said Nikolai used an open hand, knocking her to the ground while calling her a liar. That's the one we just saw. Hold on.
What did he say?
Nah, that's that one.
I don't talk to her. No, I don't talk to her.
From her?
From what?
Go to the room. That's right.
These bottles again. You won't put a fucking door on my room so I can keep my kids safe. So I can keep my kids safe. Your son just told you tonight she fucking put a knife to his fucking throat, but guess what?
That's what he said?
But guess what?
Who said that?
Look where she is. Still in the house. Still in the house. No lock on my...
What did he say?
You do.
He did not say a knife. I
What
don't know
did he
what
say?
it was. I asked him. He didn't fucking say it again. But this is why I told you a dumbass. And you'll still go behind me and go run your mouth at him.
Yeah, about my son. Guess what? Did I say a word to her? Did I say a word to you about a knife? Ah!
She can
Did I say a word to you?
I'm signing y'all over. I'm
So,
taking
what
my
are you talking
bed.
about?
I'm packing my
I
shit
pissed
in the
her.
morning.
She pissed me off.
I'm signing
No,
both
guess
of
what?
you
I would
over.
have came to you.
You
I didn't
two are
come to
gone.
you.
Pack your shit up
The
right
fuck?
now. Pack a bag, both of you. Pack a fucking bag right now. Both of you pack a fucking bag.
Look at this shit, bro. Damn, that Motrin must have you fucked up. You're naked, outside sleeping on the concrete. That how fucking high you are? Fucking 50-year-old crackheads don't do this shit. Look at that evil ass shit.
What are you gonna do now?
Devil. Look at that, bro. Look at it. Look. You fucking see that? What the fuck?
No. See my eyes.
Fucking evil bitch.
I mean, see my eyes.
Oh, you devil bitch.
This is straight red.
Straight fucking devil.
What are you gonna do now?
Dear, I'm sorry. Where's your pissy clothes? Yeah, I bet they weren't rinsed out. They're literally not even turned right side in. Anyways, I don't give two fucks. Although they're Justice jeans.
My jeans.
Yeah, not even yours.
And then you guys took me around.
Is this shit real right now? Is this what I'm doing?
Go to the house. To the side door now.
I'm sorry, when your dumbass came over here, what stopped you from going inside?
Wow.
Oh, God. Was the door locked?
So she told her to go inside and then blocked her from going inside. Wow.
I know. I know. Did Camden come out? Yes. What the fuck? Like, I'm so confused. Now you're sleeping on the steps out front with your whole vagina hanging out in a towel. In a towel. Because... Oh my God. Is this real again?
Stop, Mom.
I was gonna see what your dumbass was gonna do too. You gonna go inside? Or are you gonna sleep out here? And look what you did.
You gonna stay out here? Stay out here and sleep? What are we gonna do? We're not stopping you. We're just showing the whole world how retarded you are. We're gonna go inside or stay out here.
Clearly this is where she wants to be.
No one's forcing you to go inside.
I mean, would you like me to go get your father?
That voice is familiar. I can't figure out who that sounds like. Sam Tefler, that's who that sounds like. And I couldn't put my finger on it. Sam Tefler. That's exactly who that voice sounds like.
Why?
He's on the couch eating ice cream.
Would you like me to drag you by your hair in the house? That's what I have to do? So what's the problem?
Doesn't it sound exactly like her?
This is your, I want attention bullshit, because you'll get some attention.
That's crazy. Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Go to that one, so.
After every single thing I've watched, Greg comes on after. I can't handle kid cases. And they're twins, right? Oh, just sisters. That's insane. I wonder how mom lost custody to begin with. I really do. I wonder how lost custody in the first place. That's tough. That channel was Geneva Crime Time. Let me drop the link. I've never watched her before. I don't know if her stuff is any good. That's crazy. Crazy. So, alright. I'm going to shut down. I'm telling you, I can't handle kid cases. Please follow up on this case. I will. Well, I know that the mom has custody. That I know. And the GoFundMe really doesn't say much. The aunt started the GoFundMe. There's 2 GoFundMes. There's one that started on the 5th, the one that started on the 11th. I'm not sure who filmed it. I think the stepmom. How the kids got a hold of it, I don't know. My family and I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of our hearts for being a voice in a situation that was bigger than just us. This has been a rough situation. I'm happy to announce they're back with their mom, but their journey is far from over. And we're starting a new life. I'm telling you, I get emotional. I just do. You would think I was like abused as a child and it brought back memories. Like, I just can't handle cases like this. It's not that I can't handle cases. I can't handle reading stuff like this out loud. Mega Mobster, you ready? It's just in time before I start waterworking. Yeah, just an intense case. An intense story. But yeah, you would think I was like totally abused. But no, I'll give you guys the GoFundMe if you want to donate, but there's 2 of them. I don't know why there's 2 of them, but there's 2 of them. But if you don't want to donate, what they do say is there's a P.O. box that you can also send care packages to. Below you'll see the girls' sizes, toys they like, places they want to go. So if you're not one for GoFundMe and you have stuff, clothes sizes 7 and 8, shoe sizes 3 and 4. There's a P.O. box, Deltona, Florida. Favorite colors are pink and purple. So yeah, so it's not just about money. They're not looking for just GoFundMe. They're looking for care packages as well. They seem young. They like Shopkins, My Life dolls, making slime, playing games, and their big goals are to visit Disney or SeaWorld. All right. But D, I just can't handle this stuff. I like cry. I get emotional over this kind of stuff. Like, you would think, I had a great childhood. You would think I had this horrible childhood. I just can't handle it. And as weird as this is going to sound, I can handle it more with 1 kid than I can with 2. Especially 2 that remind me of twins. Because I really can't do twin cases. It just kills me. So, alright. So, we are now going to head over to Makeup Mobsters. I do apologize that he didn't show up. But I think we made up for it with other cases. I just got to change the cover. It's called Having Empathy, Laura. It does say, I know, I get so emotional. It's time for them to hopefully start healing. I agree. I have stuff I could give them from Sage. I can mail them some stuff. Especially 7 and 8. She wears size 11, so shoe size, she's an 11. So, alright. I'll meet you guys over and make a mobster, take them to Disney. I don't have that kind of money, Brownie. I wish I did. Everyone head over to Make a Mobster. We are going to talk about some drama. Some drama for your mama. But let me tell you what I am working on before I shut down. So, last night's video, I'm going to kind of do like a practice run. I'm going to segment out the part with Glenn, and I'm going to do like a Dateline episode, but it's going to be a PurplexedQT episode or PQT News episode, but I'm going to edit it, and it's going to take me a couple days, but I'm going to edit it and put pictures in and just really make it a good video. And see, it's kind of like my practice run. I was going to do this with a practice run. I'm going to do that one with a practice one. The way it works is Patreons will get it first. They'll get the final product. A couple days later, members will get it, and then the public will get it. So we'll see how it goes. All right? And thank you guys for joining me. I will see you over at Make a Mobster. Have a good night. And I'm going to work on those cases, by the way. So don't think I'm not. Don't think I'm forgetting about them. All right? And I'll see you guys over at Make a Mobsters. Peace.